And not everyone sees the stage look, but they don't see the suffering. So moving on to our next segment, how low did your calories get at your leanest? So you kind of say earlier, like 1,600-ish?
Yeah, they probably went down a little bit below that,
Okay.
but not far, because then you start to burn into your muscle. You've pretty much
Oh,
burned
that's
all the
right.
fat.
Yeah.
Then you start to eat into your muscle, which is your size, and that's what you're being, judged on. So.
Gotcha. How did you manage hunger and cravings? I mean, it's bad for you, especially living out
White
here in
knuckling
Houston.
it. There's some crazy things that happen to people, or me, I could say, for myself, that you start doing or thinking about when you're hungry. For me, it was looking at food pictures. I would go on Pinterest and save pictures of things that
Wow.
I wanted to eat later.
That makes sense. Okay.
On my cheat day or after a show, eating a lot of, or drinking a lot of water, a lot of 0-calorie drinks. I didn't do a lot of that towards the end of my competing. I kind of stuck to water, but
Okay.
I used to really down the Crystal Light and stuff.
That makes sense. Wow. Okay. Because I know me, for the average person, like if I'm trying to fast, I'm hungry. It's like the least little thing takes me off. It's like,
Yeah. You're hangry a lot, and counting the minutes to your next meal. So.
it is like I've kind of gotten into intermittent fasting, so I try to make sure when I do, it's not when I'm at work. Because I want to go off and then get myself fired or in trouble. It's like a day like I'm off,
Yeah,
or
you
maybe
gotta
like
manage
tomorrow,
that.
like I'm not doing or going anywhere tomorrow. So if I do fast tomorrow, that's cool. I'm at home. Something happens, I can just scream, yell, punch a
Right,
wall,
right.
whatever. It's not gonna mess with anything, So what role did cheat meals play in your prep?
Cheat meals play, I would say, 3 really important roles. One's the psychological role of just having a break from eating the same monotonous meals over
Yeah.
and over and over again. I mean, you get a meal plan, and that is what you eat, the 5 or
Yeah.
10 things on there. So having something to look forward to and to change things up really helps mentally. Metabolically, it helps to keep your metabolism running a little bit better. You get a little bit more fats, a little bit more carbs, so you replete or get more glycogen in your muscles, feel a little bit better, more energetic. The third thing is hormone related. So you've got those main hormones that regulate hunger and satiety, or satiety meaning the feeling of fullness.
Okay.
So when you are restricted in your eating, those hormones tend to get shifted. So your body's like, we're not eating enough. Let's increase those hunger hormones. Let's decrease those satiety or fullness hormones. When you get that cheat meal, it allows your body to kind of rebalance those, so you're
Gotcha.
not starving all the time or feeling like I just ate, but I'm still hungry type of feeling. So
Makes sense.
cheat meals do a lot of things other than just give you something interesting to eat.
Makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. All right. And what's your honest opinion on extreme depletion strategies before stepping on stage?
So depletion is necessary. Extreme depletion is something that probably shouldn't happen if you have a good prep.
Okay.
If you have a good coach, you're following what you should be doing. You shouldn't have to put yourself in extreme danger to get to stage ready. But you do have to deplete salt, fluids, things like that, carbs,
Yeah.
or increase carbs a little bit before you step on stage. So the extreme stuff shouldn't be necessary, but it's like one of those things that you got to do.
Yeah. Bodybuilding isn't all about Marcos. It's about hormones and long-term health. How does prep impact hormones for women?
Ooh, nothing good, I would say.
Dang.
So in bodybuilding, you're really trying to manipulate a lot of your hormones, whether it's with outside PEDs and things like that. So you're taking your hormones to levels that they're not naturally meant to be at or want to be at.
Gotcha.
So just that is dangerous, and you really have to be careful and knowledgeable of what you're doing when you start doing that. There's a lot of consequences to messing with that.
Gotcha. All right. So what should female athletes watch out for in terms of long-term health?
You really got to look at the risk and long-term risks for what you're doing. I think being knowledgeable, working with a coach that's knowledgeable and knowing what can happen, using any type of hormone manipulation or PEDs, you risk kidney and liver damage,
No, that's right.
cardiovascular damage, your heart health can suffer, permanent hormone damage, infertility, things like that. A lot of times we think about the aesthetic things, we have hair loss or hair on our face, or your facial features change, not just big muscles and things like that, but there's a lot that goes on inside that you really have to monitor, and if you don't, then you can end up messing yourself up permanently.
Gotcha. So what are some post-show rebound risks?
Rapid weight gain, for one.
Wow.
Because people, when you go into prep, all those things happen to your body that I mentioned earlier, and it really primes your body to put that weight back on quickly because you've lost a lot of weight. And the body doesn't like to change by nature. It likes to stay, even keel. So when it sees your weight's going down, it wants to put that weight back on. So if you start eating with no plan or reckless abandonment, then your weight goes up very high very quickly. So that you have to be careful with. One of the other things I think is just body dysmorphia and viewing yourself differently and not maybe being happy with your off-season self or off-stage self, and that can cause other issues too.
Yeah, I've kind of seen that firsthand through social media. Like I've seen athletes on both the women and women's side, they'll post a picture or something after a contest, and people in the comments are like, "Oh, you look good, you look great," and it's like, "Thanks, but I look like crap." And I'm like, "No," again, it's by as much like you still look better than the general population.
Yeah, true.
There's people out here walking that would kill to have your off-season look. You know what I mean? And you're out here like, "Well, thanks, fans, but I look like crap. I can't wait till the next prep." And I'm like, golly, but
it's a crazy thing. It's something that you kind of have to have as a bodybuilder because your goal is to always get better.
Yeah.
So you have to look at yourself and say that needs to improve. That needs to improve. But on the flip side, it could be harmful.
Yeah. Wow. Advice to young female competitors. Overall general advice.
Educate yourself as much as you can. Work with a knowledgeable coach. I can't stress that enough.
Okay.
And then take your time. Don't try to rush it. More is not better. Whether it's workouts, supplements, extracurricular things.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding takes a while. There's a reason why a lot of women's bodybuilders are older ladies. I've competed into my 40s. A lot of us are the current competitors are in their 30s and 40s. It takes a while to get there if you want to get to that extreme. But even, physique and things like that, it takes a while. So give yourself time to allow your body to develop and get there.
Yeah, well, so saying it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
Really is.
It is.
No, and me being a fan of it, I've noticed, I think some of if I was to name my top favorite bodybuilders, whether male or female side, I would say their best looks are all, like you said, in their 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take you, for example, to me, your best physique, I forgot what year it was, but it was a year where you had the Mustang. You came on the podcast back when you was at that other location with the lounge you had on the green top.
Okay.
You looked at fantastic. And I think you were around like just under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, but like you said, like what you were.
I was in my early 40s then.
Yeah.
So that was like 2021, I think, or 2020.
Sounds about, actually, let me pause. I got the pictures on my external drive, so I could, because now I just want to know just for.
Because I got my Bronco in 2022.
Yeah, and this one, like, everything was all messed up from the.
COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, November 3rd, 2021.
So I was 40.
Yeah. Remember these?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at my arms. Yep.
No CGI, nothing. No CGI, nothing. Bring back up my questions. Do you think female competitors are pressured into getting too lean?
I don't think so. I think it's just, it's the industry.
Yeah.
You have to be lean. You're a competitor. You're competing against the next person, and I think we only get so lean. Muscularity is increased and hardness and things like that. So
Yes, it has.
that's something that's progressed. But just overall leanness, I think we've always been pretty lean.
Yeah.
So.